Hey, everybody. Just want to thank you for joining us today for our Saturday at 10 a.m. class. My name's Amy, and Debbie and I are going to be teaching on wellness protocols. So you're like, what is a wellness protocol? Basically, it's a testimonial based course of action to reach a specific outcome, which is really just a really formal way of saying, hey, this is what we did to feel better. This is what we did to get better. But anyway, hey, and next Saturday's class is, can you believe it's going to be February already on Tuesday? I'm like, that's crazy. Next Saturday's class is going to be on the best 12 oils on the planet called our starter kit. So next class is going to be on these oils right here. And I want to just mention that even though there's 3 days left in January, our oil of the month is Valor. So whatever oil you have near you, just grab it, apply it generously, or that's what I do at least, and just enjoy. All right. We had a challenge this month. It was our water challenge. I'm bringing that up only to say that next month's challenge is going to be daily affirmations, pairing those with oils. So more information on that at a later date. But what I also want to just make mention before we dig into the wellness protocols is two things. One, when you join, now you may be watching the recorded version of this class, and that's great. Just know that we do these classes live and record them every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And when you attend them live with us, we send you this script book mini, and it has all the classes that we're going to be teaching, so you can follow along. It's kind of like the Cliff Notes, if you will, of what we are teaching on. And when you sign up with us, so when you open up your Young Living account with us, we also give you 2 free ebooks. One is on the oils, and one is about how to get your house toxin free. I can't remember the exact titles of those. Sorry, you guys. And also, last thing before we get started is every month we do teach a business class. We go over the compensation plan. So Young Living is not only more than essential oils. We have shampoos and conditioners and skincare and makeup and antioxidant drinks and supplements, but we also have an opportunity for you to earn income. And it may be something as simple that's not simple, but something as simple as getting your products paid for or earning $100 a month, etc. With that, we're going to kick it off with wellness protocols. And so I said what wellness protocols are, and I'm going to kick it on over to Debbie, and I'm going to have her get us started. She doesn't know that, so get us started, Debbie.
All right, thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. I have many wellness protocols that I use daily, and so I'm going to pick out just my 2 or 3 top favorites. And one of them is I struggled when I first joined Young Living. I was struggling with a lot of inflammation / pain caused from arthritis, and the fact that I was a preschool teacher and I was lifting 2-year-olds all day long onto changing tables to change diapers. I was picking them up by carrying them around, all kinds of things that my job kept me from being able to get any rest and relaxation. So to help the arthritis, which was the one I struggled with the most was in my hips, probably. Although I have it riddled throughout my body at 61. I'm 61 now. So the oils that I used for that were frankincense, Idaho Grand Fir, and copaiba. And I actually put them in a bottle. I put them in a bottle and mark it what it is for. And I put them in a capsule, which I didn't bring my little capsule, a little empty veggie capsule. And I fill that capsule. So I put 15 drops in daily. And I do that. When I first started using the protocol, I was doing it once an hour. So, well, and I did it 6 times during the day. So I started and I would do that before I left for work, which was 8 o'clock. No, sorry, I left at 7 o'clock. Sorry. Then when I got to work at 8 o'clock, I had to do it again because just my drive to work was 50-minute commute. And by the time I got there, I was in pain again. I mean, severe pain. I could hardly get out of the car type pain. And so I would go inside and I do that. I'd take another capsule. And then about 10 o'clock, when we had a little break, I needed it again and I took it again. And then I took it in the afternoon while the kids were napping because my 2-year-olds took a nap, a rest time. And so, and then I would take it again when I got home. So as you hear that when I got up, it was at the worst, and I was taking it more frequently as the day went on. I didn't have to take it every hour, or every 2 hours, but it did end up to be 5 or 6 times a day. Now I take it once a day, kind of a maintenance thing. So I do it in the mornings. I take it in the mornings. If I forget in the morning, I take it at lunch. So that's just encouragement for you all to understand how the oils work. You know, we tend to go, you use it once and you go, oh, well, I didn't do anything. Well, actually it does. It does a lot. But because our body absorbs all of it, all those oils, because it needs it severely, you need it quicker. Now that my body has healed and I do not have nearly the inflammation that I used to have, once a day is all I do. And I do that without fail now because I know I have arthritis. I know I'm going to be in pain if I don't. Also, some other oils that I'm just going to throw in with that I use to help, because occasionally it's not as severe enough to take, you know, another capsule with those 3 oils in it. I use Panaway. I am having shoulder issues right now. Panaway, a drop of Panaway does awesome. Deep Relief Roller is another one I use. I have a whole arsenal of oils I use for this. The CBD oil, this one has a dropper on it, so I use it that way. I use it under my tongue, which is classified as taking it topically, putting it on topically. Under your tongue is a topical way. So that's what I do. Another one I use is our Coolazule pain cream. That is an over-the-counter pain cream. It is used for anything you got pain for. It is wonderful for that. And it only takes a tiny little drop, tiny little bit on the end of your finger. Another one is, and my cap broke on the top of this, so it's taped shut. Sorry about that. That's our CBD Muscle Rub. But it's really good. And while I'm talking about, you know, it's a muscle rub, with arthritis, your muscles actually get sore. Your muscles actually feel, because your joints aren't working like they're supposed to. Or in the case of my shoulder, I actually tore my rotator cuff, and before they got me into surgery, and that's another story, but it had actually healed, which means our muscle looked like this. It tore and then it healed this far apart, which means my joint's not staying together real well. So I'm experiencing a lot of issues with that. And like I said, that's another whole story. But my muscles are actually feeling the pain, and so I can do that. So that's my the first protocol that I use. I use that daily. Those 3 oils without fail: frankincense, copaiba, and Idaho Grand Fir. And they each come in the Vitalities oils, which tells you can take them internally. I just grabbed my other ones because the Vitalities are 5 ml bottles. These are 15 ml. Exactly the same oil, but labeled differently by FDA. Requires us to label them differently, even though they're the exact same oil. So that's information for that. Amy, did you want me to do all of mine together, or do we want to go back and forth?
Let's go back and forth. Are you okay with that? Okay.
Yeah, your turn.
So I just want to say I love hearing that story that Debbie shared about the I don't know what she called it, but like basically it's that relief in a capsule, because those are powerhouse oils. And I know quite honestly, I keep those same oils in the kitchen next to my gel caps because I've used those on plenty of occasions. I'm going to talk about this protocol that I implemented last October when I was actually doing a whole series of classes about wellness prepping, which we're going to do wellness prepping in February. So if you missed it last fall, we're going to be doing it again next month because wellness prepping um, is timely all the time. But last October-ish, I was starting to, I just wasn't feeling the best. But, I'm thinking, okay, you know what? With everything I had going on in my body, my life, and working more, I just was like, just getting run down. That's how I felt. And then but it wasn't going away, and it was getting worse. And then all of a sudden, I woke up one morning, and I'm like, I just do not feel well. And like this area of my body right here, just felt like you do when you have a massage and the massage therapist says to drink water to flush out the toxins that I've unleashed, but they're still in your body. So if you ever had a massage and then not have had it, you didn't drink enough water, and so the toxins are still in you, you know what I'm talking about. Your muscles, you can feel it in your muscles, you just feel achy in your muscles, and you just don't feel well. That's how I felt that morning. And I'm like, it wasn't from not having a massage, it wasn't from having a massage, unfortunately. I was not feeling well. I'm thinking, I'm getting getting the creepy crawly. Something's not up. I needed to attack this. It was Monday morning and a full week of work. You can relate to that, right? You're like, who has time to be sick? And so, what I did is I thought, okay, what have I learned from other people with protocols that they've done that I could apply? And so I have to admit, you guys, I know normally when I want to test out a protocol, I just am specific with it. But when you're in crisis mode, called like, I just don't feel wanting to feel better, I just threw everything at it. And so I actually have, I'm going to do a little screen share. Hopefully this will work. So bear with me, you guys. We're going to do a screen share, and I can share this link with you guys if anyone is interested. But I wrote it all out. Because I thought people are going to ask me what I did to feel better. And so I'm like, I took notes, and then I typed it all out and I put it here for you guys. And so realizing that you can see some of that up there on your screen, I am going to go over it with us. So I started doing detox baths. The frequency there says 2 times a day. I think I must have gotten my notes wrong because I was only doing detox baths that I remember once a day, but I was doing a detox bath once a day. And I was putting Epsom salt in there, and I was adding drops of oils. And the oils that I was using were tea tree, purification, and Melrose. And I'm not saying I use them all at the same time. I'm saying those are the ones I use. I know the first day I was using purification in my bath. The next day was Melrose, and the next day was tea tree. So I mean, you could try using them all at once. I'm just telling you, those are the ones to choose from. If you do not have if you are a Young Living oiler and you do not have Melrose in your wellness cabinet, I just want to encourage you, get it, put it on your wish list, because you need to have Melrose. In my mind, in my personal opinion, it's just as important as purification. And so I was doing a detox bath every day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I did detox baths. And I woke up Thursday morning and I'm like, I'm doing all this to flush out these toxins. I really felt like I needed to do a revitalizing bath. And so I thought, well, that's kind of interesting, since I was feeling better, a lot better than Monday. But I thought, you know what, I'm gonna listen to my gut. And that day I did a revitalizing bath, because you know what, as we're getting all of this out of our system, we want to be putting good things back into our system, right? And so I did an energy. We have an energy blend. This beautiful bottle right here, if you can still see me, if you can see it over there in the little corner, energy. And so I did a revitalizing bath. So just listen to your body regarding that. I was doing the detox baths up until I felt like I needed to do a revitalizing bath. And a pro tip is putting Raven in your diffuser, which you can see that was my suggestion right here. In fact, that's what I have going right there in my diffuser. I have Raven going in there this morning. So that was what I was doing as far as aromatically, and with my detox and revitalizing baths. Internally, I was hitting it hard with some oils and supplements. So I take Super B and Super C regularly, vitamin B and vitamin C regularly. I upped it. I upped my dosage. I was doing 2 Super B a day. Super B is great for energy, and then I was taking more Super C. I don't. You need to trust your gut on that. But I upped both of those dosages. We have this sweet little Thieves spray in a bottle that is great to tuck in your purse. You can use it to clean an area. You can use it as a truly a room purifier. You can also use it as a hand sanitizer, and you can use it as a throat spray, which I learned from Miss Debbie. And so I was spraying that Thieves spray on my throat as well, and that definitely was helping my throat. I was doing gel cap. I know you guys, you're like, gosh, Amy, this is a lot. That's why I put this all down on paper, because this is what I was doing over the course of those 3 days. Because I thought, I don't want to get any more, I didn't want to feel any more unwell. I didn't want to feel any more sick than I was feeling. And so I started attacking it with these different products. So in my gel cap, I was doing it 1 to 2 times a day. I was filling it halfway with Citrus Fresh and halfway with Digest. Both of those are blends that are exclusive to Young Living. And then I also, you'll recognize this one. I was doing a gel cap of copaiba, frankincense. I was putting Thieves in there, and I was doing that 1 or 2 times a day as well. And I wasn't like, I didn't do the gel cap and the Citrus Fresh Digest the same time I was doing the copaiba frankincense one. I would alternate throughout the day. And if you're like, Amy, if you're like, I'm not feeling well, how am I going to remember it? You guys, we all have these. Set your phone, set an alarm. That's what sets me up for success, especially in situations like this. And then what I also was doing is mineral essence. If for those of you who are on my team and you are getting emails from our upline Myra, she sent a huge email a couple weeks ago about mineral essence, because this gem right here, mineral essence, is a must-have for your wellness cabinet. And it comes with a dropper, just like the CBD does. It comes with a dropper. The taste is definitely something to be acquired. It doesn't taste awful. It's not in my I love chocolate ice cream line of flavoring, but it is a fine flavor. But I put it in a gel cap, so I put a whole dropper. A whole dropper will fit in a gel cap, and that's how I got it in my system. And so, if you are already a Young Living member and you do not have mineral essence in your wellness cabinet, please, friends, put it on your wish list and get that in your wellness cabinet. And so some of the other supplements that I was taking was Life 9, which is a probiotic, Essential Enzymes 4, which is essential enzymes, which enzymes are literally, we need those in our body because they literally affect every aspect of our body. Breathing. And so I was like, I wanted to make sure I got enzymes in me. And then I was also doing Ningxia Red. And I have a whole testimony on Ningxia Red. I'm sure Debbie does as well, but that's our powerful antioxidant drink that is geared for overall wellness. And just to let you know how I feel about Ningxia Red, if someone's like, you can only have one product from Young Living, just one product, be it from any line, you only get one, I would pick Ningxia Red. It is oil infused, but it is geared for overall wellness. And that's how important I think Ningxia Red is in our life. That is one product I use every day, and I am never without. All right, so topically, what I was doing was on my face. I actually, and you know what, you need to find out what works for your face, because if depending on your body's sensitivity level, you know what, I don't try oils on my face straight up. I'll try it on my neck, because if there's toxin, if they're pulling out toxin, you may think, well, I have an allergic reaction to it. If you get a rash, chances are it's your body is getting the toxins pulled out of it. That oil is drawing the toxins out of your body, because that's happened to me on plenty of occasions. So just be mindful if you haven't tried the oil on your face yet, try it on your neck or another area of your body. And if you get a little bit like what looks like a rash, that's your body pulling out the toxins. And let's face it, none of us wants that. on our face. At least my vain self does not. So, but what I was doing, because I just, because not only was I feeling unwell in this area, I was feeling just unwell everywhere, right? And so I just wanted that relief. And peppermint is a cooling oil. And so to put that on my forehead, I felt relief. And so I was putting peppermint, and I was putting M-grain. M-grain is another blend that we have that's geared toward M-grain. It's geared toward when your head's not feeling the best. So I was putting those on my face before I was putting on my moisturizer. And then I was just throughout the day, I was applying on my spine and lower back, different oils, tea tree, a mix of thieves lemon, and the V6, which is a carrier oil, also the raindrop blend, and also a blend of melrose, lemongrass, and lavender, as well as a few others. And listen to your body on that. If your body's like, no, just put peppermint everywhere, then just put peppermint everywhere. I'm just letting you know what I was doing. And so one little tip there for you, I also drank this wonderful wellness tea throughout the day as well. And it is a combination of lemon and thieves. And I don't know what that ratio says. I'm a little bit, I think it says 1 drop thieves, 1 drop lemon. I'll be honest, I put a couple more drops of lemon in there because I like the flavor of lemon. And then put either agave or honey to taste. And then you've got yourself a wonderful wellness tea blend. And this one is actually really wonderful to drink on a more regular basis. I will admit I err toward the side of coffee rather than tea. So this pops up more when I'm needing that extra energy or immune boost, is when I really pull out that wellness tea. But again, I took these notes because I thought, as I was not feeling well and I was working on all these different things to see what would help, I was feeling better after the 3 days. But because like I said, by like Wednesday, so I was feeling awful on Monday morning. I started doing these protocols. And by Thursday morning, I was thinking I need a revitalizing bath. And so I never felt worse. I never got worse. But like I said, I was hitting it with all of those oils and supplements, which I really believe is why I was able to, on Thursday morning, wake up and go, I need a revitalizing bath. So that's my wellness protocol. Again, a testimonial based course of action that helped me feel and get better. And so, yeah. And if you want the link to that, I will include the link to that wherever you're watching this video. I'll make sure you get a link to that protocol. So and also a link to how to buy that product. But anyway, Miss Debbie, I'm going to kick it over to you.
All right. Thank you, Amy. And yes, that was a wealth of information. And so the links that she sends you will be awesome resources. And I know we're going to overwhelm you all today. I know that. My next one is one that I don't have to use very much anymore. But I struggled for years and years and years with sinus issues and didn't realize that that's what it was. What I called my migraines were actually probably more sinus issues. And when I started with Young Living, I think I kind of realized after using several of the oils that that's probably more of what it was. So I did some research and found out and it's always on the same side. It's always right here, always on my left-hand side that I get the pressure. And it goes from up here around to my cheek and all around my eyes, just all around my eye. So what I found that worked really well for me, and it works well for my daughters because genetically they're related to me. So anytime I find something that works, they call me and go, what oil did you use for this? Because, that's the first oil they try. So this was the first oil I found that worked for me after several, and it is myrtle. It is a tree oil. My body likes tree oils, I have found. So those are ones I go to. Frankincense is a tree oil. And that's one that really speaks to my body on many, many levels. But for this one, myrtle worked. And I woke up yesterday morning and I thought I was going to be sick. I got out of bed and I was sick to my stomach and realized I was having that pain. So I got out my Myrtle, used it all around my sinuses, and I only waited about 10 minutes and I didn't feel any relief at all. Normally I wait about 20. This time, because 20 minutes, the oils will be present in every cell of your body. And so normally I wait the 20 minutes. I was in so much pain. I was, I couldn't wait the 20 minutes. So I grabbed peppermint and I put it on top of the Myrtle. And within 10 minutes, I sat down and I rested. And within 10 minutes of that, so 20 minutes from applying the Myrtle topically, it was gone. It was gone. And for the rest of the day, I was fine and I had no issues. I did make sure I hydrate, because we do want to make sure that when we use our oils, that we are keeping ourselves hydrated, much like getting a massage. It's going to draw toxins out. So you need to make sure you're drinking plenty of water. And I always recommend that if you use a drop of oil, you make sure you drink 16 ounces of water, and you do it within an hour, is what I typically say. Because people are always like, exactly, what do you do, how much, and how often? So 16 ounces in an hour is not a lot of water for an hour. It's really not. So, but that will be enough to help draw those toxins out of your body. And then I suggest drinking another 16 sometime throughout the day. That's for people who don't drink water. I drink my 80 ounces a day, but I have several, yeah, thank you, Amy. I have several family members who do not take as much water as they should. My mom's one of them, but my mom's 81 years old and she's lived on coffee her whole life and Diet Coke, and she thinks that's all she needs. So when she uses the oils, I always tell her, make sure you drink 16 ounces of water in an hour. And I do that with other people as well. But she's one that, I have to remind her, because that generation didn't drink water. And so I have to have a strong reminder for her. But yes, so peppermint and myrtle are the two that I use to help sinus issues for me. These are the two that work. There are a lot of other ones. I've used Panaway, I've used Deep Relief, I've used the CBD, but those two work better than any of the other ones I've tried. So you also need to, protocols on what oils you use, make sure you listen to your body and take which oil works for you. And like I said, I tried several, for sinus issues for me, I tried several oils that were recommended. Myrtle was the one that worked for me. So yeah, use your resources, use your oils, listen to your body. What speaks to you is always good. And also I wanted to bring up, Amy and I have both mentioned taking oils internally with our MC gel capsules. You can get those if you're a Young Living, if you've got a Young Living account, you can go on the website and order those capsules, and they're going to be as cheap as you can find them. At least in my experience, what I found, they're as cheap as you can find them anyplace else. And if you're ordering 100 PV, you get free shipping. So you don't have to pay for shipping. You don't have to pay the gas to go to get them. They're there to get delivered to your door. Bonus. So that, and yeah. So there you go. I'm going to hand it back to you, Amy.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Debbie.
Yeah.
I had to smile when she mentioned about her mom not drinking a lot of water and that generation. And I just want to point out that Sweet Debbie is 8 years older than I am. And I only bring that up because my parents are 10 years, like 12 years older than her mom and dad, which just cracks me up. But I'm one of the younger kids. And so, but I just made that connection as I'm listening to her share about her sweet mom. I know, drink more water, people. Ask us how we know. So, anyway, all right. I'm going to, we could go back and forth, and even the other people in the class could be like, hey, this is what I've done to help feel better. They could share their protocols. I'm going to share one more, and it's Ningxia Red related. And it's not so much a protocol as it is, well, it is, but it's also a testimony. And so back in 2015, February of 2015 is when I first joined Young Living and got my starter kit. There were quite a few reasons why I joined Young Living. One is I needed to start making better choices because my doctor wanted to put me on medication. And I was like, let me try to make some wellness changes. And two, I also wanted to be able to earn some income, which Young Living does have an income earning opportunity attached to it. And so Ningxia Red, I joined also because of Thieves. I love the story behind Thieves, but I also joined because of Ningxia Red. I started reading testimonies on Ningxia Red, and I thought I need that in my life, specifically with regards to what I had problems with at that time. So we're talking 7 years ago. Okay, so 7 years ago, I was having blurred vision and dizziness, and I had been having that problem for a couple years up to that point. But at that time in my life, I was in full-time ministry, and I was one of my mom's caregivers in her life. And so obviously, when you're full-time ministry, unfortunately, you don't always take care of yourself, which is why I'm such a proponent of self-care. And when you're caring for other people, like a caregiver for an aging parent, or actually a mom of littles, you're a caregiver, you're not putting yourself first. So I was like, I'm having blurred vision and dizziness, but it's not every day. I'm fine. You're not fine. Those are symptoms of something wrong, right? And so, but I had read that people who had similar issues like that, they were drinking Ningxia Red. They were focusing on getting into the system and supporting those systems, and the symptoms were going away. So I'm like, I need this in my life. So I started drinking, it was 1 to 2 ounces every day. And I noticed after 3 weeks that I wasn't having the blurred vision and the dizziness. And I was like, what? So I kept drinking the Ningxia Red, and that went away, and it never came back. I've never had those symptoms again. And I believe that it was when I was focusing with the Ningxia Red on supporting my health, or excuse me, my health. Yeah, my health, my blood system and my eye health, because that's one of the things that Ningxia Red is targeted on, is your eye health. That is what made the difference. And so I wasn't treating the symptoms and taking medication to get rid of the dizziness or the blurred vision. I'm not judging. I'm just telling that's what I didn't have to do. But instead I was like, how do I need to better support my body? How do I need to be taking care of my body more? Which is where Ningxia Red was a huge testimony for me. So that's why I love Ningxia Red. And I believe everybody needs it in their homes. So yeah, Debbie's holding up a packet of Ningxia Red. And so I'm gonna put her on the spot, and I'm gonna ask her before we end our time today, I just want to shoot it back over to Debbie real quick, and I want to hear her thoughts on Ningxia Red. Because when Debbie talks, you guys have got to listen, because she is this humble woman who is this powerhouse of information, and you wouldn't know it because she's always giving everybody else credit. So when Debbie talks, please, I know the rest of us know enough to know we need to listen to her. So I'm just saying, listen to her.
Oh, thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. Ningxia Red, yes, it has been a game changer for me. On everything that Amy said, yes. It is a powerful antioxidant. It gives us the fruits that are in it. It gives us energy. And so people are always like, oh, I'll take it in the daytime to help my energy levels. I also want to tell you that Ningxia Red helps you to sleep at night. I was having sleep issues, and Ningxia Red was one of the things that I started taking to help me sleep. And it encouraged my body to rest. And so while it does give us energy, and it's great for in the mornings and the afternoons, it's also good for bedtime. I also noticed when I started drinking Ningxia Red that it helped my hair growth. And whilst for most of you, that doesn't, most people are like, I don't need my hair to grow anymore, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I have a lot of hair, but I have baby fine hair. So each strand is, I had a hairdresser tell me this. She said, you have a lot of hair, Debbie. It's just that each strand is very fine. And I was like, oh, okay. But it only grew to a certain point and it stopped growing. I have learned just recently that every hair cell in our body, down in the root follicle, there is a growth pattern for that. So it tells you how long to grow, how long that to grow. So that's why our eyebrows don't grow any more than they do. They don't grow long like our hair. Our eyelashes only grow so long and then they stop because each follicle only grows so long. So my hair would only grow so long and then it stopped. I never had very long hair because it just didn't. I started drinking the Ningxia and I think it strengthened, I know it did. It strengthened my hair follicles because my hair got long. And I was just like, oh my goodness, since I've started drinking Ningxia, my hair got longer. And I'm going to throw in one real quick with this, sulfurzyme. Sulfurzyme has actually helped my hair get thicker. So I think what that is, if I understand it correctly, is that the sulfurzyme then helps each hair, more hair follicles grow. So it strengthens the ones that had kind of died already, because as we age, our cells die, and they need they can last longer if they've got the right support. Ningxia Red, and then the sulfurzyme helped mine as well. So yes, Ningxia Red for the win for multiple things, but for me, and the first thing I noticed, it was my hair. So there you go, Amy. Is that good enough?
Oh my
I
God.
got many testimonies, but I'll stop there.
I love Debbie so much because she just takes it to the next level. And I needed to hear that reminder about our hair follicles because it's like such a I think things we take for granted that our eyebrows and our eyelashes only grow a certain length, but I didn't even think about that with our hair follicles. It's like, okay, I'm done growing. And then, you bring in Ningxia Red, Ningxia Red's like, no, you need to do your job and grow more. And yeah, so I take things to another level with my understanding. Sorry, you guys. Welcome to the inside of my head. You're welcome. All right, so we're going to end the class, but before we do, I want to have a couple announcements. One, just a reminder, next Saturday, we kick off our wellness prepping month, and we're super excited about that. We've got an oil for the month of February. We've got a challenge for the month of February, which will be amazing. But as I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons I joined Young Living was the income side of it. So we would be remiss if we did not mention that. And so I'm going to do a screen share. And it's like this, it is easier to do this business than you may think it is. And obviously, Debbie and I, we do our Saturday morning classes, so you can definitely walk alongside us and get your peeps into these classes. But it's like, so with any job, it's like, well, how do I earn the money, right? It's like when we start a new job, what's my schedule? What's my pay? And so we've told you what your schedule could be working, joining us on Saturday mornings. You don't have to, it's not mandatory, but it's like, how do you earn? And so how do you earn $100 a month from Young Living? It can be as something as helping two of your friends get an order worth $200 each, 200 PV, $200, or helping four of your friends make $100 order. And Debbie and I were talking about this the other day. Truly, I mean, she's talked to you already about the Ningxia Red and sulfurzyme, which I thought is perfect. You add a bottle of the Thieves oil, and Super C right there gets you 200. And if you were thinking, you know what, I want to feel better, I want my hair to grow and be thicker, Ningxia Red and sulfurzyme gets you right there. And that right there is a $200 order, and that is free shipping. If you're thinking, wait a minute, my budget wise is 100, then we're talking Ningxia Red and getting the Super C, which is vitamin C. But that's how you would earn $100 because it's 25%. You're earning 25% off the first 3 months of somebody's orders, and so that's how you would earn $100. So it's a little bit easier than you think. And I know I just gave you like a fire hydrant explanation of that, but I would be remiss if I did not mention that. as always, Saturday morning, join us live and you get the free script book mini and a bonus. You get to do the live Q&A where you get to ask Debbie and I questions, and we go a little bit off script with our answers. So anyway, as always, wherever you're watching this video from, there's links and ways to get in touch with us, and we are here to serve you. And thank you for your time this morning.